Hi 1A students, I hope you're having a great day today. I wanted to share this PowerPoint with you called Using Sources to Inform and Support Your Argument. So here we go. So your goal with your research essay is to be convincing, and you are going to use your sources to do so. We will be looking at Anna Orloff's sample MLA essay, and her thesis in her essay is that although companies often have legitimate concerns that lead them to monitor employees' internet usage from expensive security breaches to reduce productivity, the benefits of electronic surveillance are outweighed by its cost to employees' privacy and autonomy. So in short, she is against electronic monitoring of employees. Now, there are several ways to use sources, several convincing ways to use sources to develop your argument. The first one is providing background information or context, and this will usually go at the beginning of your essay. Use facts and statistics to support generalizations or emphasize the importance of your topic. You need to make your reader care, essentially. Orloff writes, as the internet has become an integral tool of businesses, company policies on internet usage have become as common as policies regarding vacation days or sexual harassment. A 2005 study by the American Management Association and ePolicy Institute found that 76% of companies monitor employees' use of the web, and the number of companies that block employees' access to certain websites has increased 27% since 2001. And there's a page number there. So that gives us some background information with those statistics, and now we have the context and we care more about this argument. A second way to use your sources is to explain terms or concepts. If the ideas you bring up in your essay are not common knowledge, you need to explain them by quoting or paraphrasing the source to help you define concepts using accessible language. So for example, Orloff writes, one popular monitoring method is keystroke logging, which is done by means of an undetectable program on employees' computers. As Lane explains, these programs record every key entered into the computer in hidden directories that can later be accessed or uploaded by supervisors. The programs can even scan for keywords tailored to individual companies. So the common reader will not know what keystroke logging is. So you need to define that for your reader. A third way to use your sources is to support your claims, to support your thesis. Back up your assertions with facts, examples, and evidence from your research. For example, Anna Orloff supports her claims by writing, monitoring online activities can have the unintended effect of making employees resentful. Kaysen warns that prohibiting personal use can seem extremely arbitrary and can seriously harm morale. Imagine a concerned parent who is prohibited from checking on a sick child by a draconian company policy. As this analysis indicates, employees can become disgruntled when internet usage policies are enforced to their full extent. So that directly supports her thesis that she's against online monitoring by employers. A fourth way to use your sources is to add authority to your argument. Make your own argument in your own words, but do use expert opinion at times to lend credibility to your claim. So you're going to borrow the ethos, the credibility of experts to then make your argument believable and credible. For example, Orloff writes, additionally, many experts disagree with employers' assumptions that online monitoring can increase productivity. Employment law attorney Joseph Schmidt argues that, particularly for employees who are paid a salary rather than an hourly wage, a company shouldn't care whether employees spend 1 or 10 hours on the internet as long as they are getting their jobs done, and provided that they are not accessing inappropriate sites. So that will make your argument credible because Joseph Schmidt is an employment law attorney. So he sounds like somebody we should believe. Okay, a fifth way to support your thesis is to anticipate and counter objections. Don't ignore opposing points of view. Instead, use them to your advantage to show that you've explored both sides and that your side has more weight behind it. Okay, show you've done the research and show that you know what your opponent's point of view is. Show that you're not scared to rebut your opponent's point. Anna Orloff writes, on the one hand, computers and internet access give employees powerful tools to carry out their jobs. On the other hand, the same technology offers constant temptations to avoid work. As a 2005 study by Salary.com and American Online indicates, the internet ranked as the top choice among employees for ways of wasting time on the job. It beat talking with coworkers, the second most popular method, by a margin of nearly 2-to-1. So make sure that you state your opponent's view, and then so that later you can come back and rebut that view. All right, and this was from our Rules for Writers Handbook, and I hope this was straightforward and that you can now have a better idea of how to use your sources in your research essay. All right, have a great day.